In tonight after a violent weekend of shootings and fights involving large groups of teenagers here in Chicago. Last night, hundreds of young people descended on Michigan Avenue, smashing car windows and trying to get into Millennium Park. And Friday night, another large group brawled at the 31st Street beach, setting a car on fire. Tonight, both the mayor and mayor-elect are weighing in on the teen takeovers, calling them unacceptable. This was the scene at Michigan and Washington last evening, police making 15 arrests during a massive disturbance in the area of Millennium Park. A 16 and 17-year-old were shot as others jumped on cars, smashing windows. This woman and her husband were attacked in their cars. They waited for a light to change.
The guys are jumping in my car. My husband go to the hospital.
What did they do?
Because the guys I put in their face.
And on Friday night, a 14-year-old boy was shot near the 31st Street beach after fights broke out among a large crowd of teens. In a statement, incoming Mayor Brandon Johnson said, "It is unacceptable and has no place in our city. However, it is not constructive to demonize youth who've otherwise been starved of opportunities in their own communities." Mayor Lori Lightfoot says her office has been having conversations with Chicago police about monitoring and responding to the gatherings, saying, "We as a city cannot and will not allow any of our public spaces to become a platform for criminal conduct." CPD has assured me they will make the necessary adjustments to address these teen trend issues as we move into the summer months. Other elected officials are questioning the parents. 3rd Ward Alderman Pat Dowell tweeting, "No other community abdicates parental responsibility for their children. None. Until parents collectively take back control of their homes, nothing will change." Sentiments echoed by a woman we met in the middle of the mayhem last night.
I'm appalled at what I see. I'm from Chicago, and I understand kids having a good time, but it's simply bad parenting. We have to do better as parents. Our kids should not be out here. Where are their parents at? That's my question.
Chicago police say most of the people.
Hey, Shalom Makim, Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, brought lift up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Here we go. As soon as the weather breaks, Jake niggas start misbehaving. Okay, they stated this was an unusually warm weekend for Chicago, and the shootings start. Usually around holiday weekends is when the temperatures hit upper 70s, early, low 80s, upper 80s. That's when Jake really started to come out and become degenerates. But when the weather breaks in any form of fashion, niggas are just out there being wicked, man. Okay, and you notice it's only Jake. You notice there wasn't really no Edomites in the area whatsoever, because for one thing, see, Esau, he's the devil, but he knows not to be around you niggas when it comes to you doing folly and wickedness. Okay, because that's what you set your dealings on, doing wickedness. Like the scriptures say, go not in the way of a bold fellow. You niggas out there are hella bold. And there was a multitude of committing wickedness. Flip cars on fire, beating up people, robbing people, stealing, just because it's nice outside. But that to show you that it's a demonic spirit that's hovering over these particular cities and mainly our people, okay? Because Johnson says it's not constructed to demonize youth. Oh, they are demons, okay? And we understand that these populations are underserved. But even then, you still got opportunities and certain things to do and to move around and do what you have to do. But Jake, they don't have any motivation, okay? They feel like, well, since we are at a disadvantage, which use that as an excuse to continue to be wickedness. No, man. You know better, you do better. I'm not saying that Jake isn't at a disadvantage, and it does play a pivotal outcome or a role in socioeconomic factors. But regardless of that, this is a trend, okay? And this is a trend that's going to constantly get worse, because when all hell break loose in America, you can expect niggas to wild out, man. And this is the reason why Esau blows you away. Okay, like it was another situation in Kansas City by the name of this guy by the name of Ralph Yarl. Allegedly, he was going to pick up, I believe, his brother, and he knocked on the wrong door. And the Edomite put 2 in him, shot him in the face, and I believe shot him in the body. Now he's in critical, according to the press conference and so forth, and the the protest. Allegedly, he's okay, well, recovering. But nonetheless, man, Esau was showing his horns, and now Jake is marching. But another, thing is, on the other hand, flip mode side, what happened to Jake was fucked up. But then again, it just like, look at what the hell you're doing on the left. You see? So it says 11 killed, 26 wounded in Chicago weekend violence. It's crazy. It says at least 11 people were killed and 26 wounded by gun violence over the weekend. And this is just a norm. Okay, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's in the water. Like the beloved brother Murph said, he said, look, when Esau turned on the HARP program, gave you niggas a couple of days of heat, Jake just started wilding out. But I don't know if it's in the water or what. But a while back, man, when I was on an L train going to work, and they had these free newspapers that they pass out at the L stations called the Red Eye. I believe it's like the Red Eye. It's basically a newspaper that have, it shows you what's happening in the city and politics and all this other shit. So they used to pass them out every morning. And basically, I came across an article. They said that it was over 2,000 something recreational drugs that's being pumped through Lake Michigan's water supply. Okay, and mainly the south side of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? From 79th, 87th, 95th, 63rd, 55th, 51st Street, 47th Street, even down to 31st Street, which is considered a low end. You had shootings there, but nonetheless, they found over thousands of recreational drugs that's being pumped in the water. And it makes sense as to why these niggas are wilding out, okay? Besides this being demons. Because Chicago is a demonic city anyway, but that's why the Most High is going to take out the 2/3, man. It says, Friday night, a shooting at an Austin bar killed a man and wounded another. It says a gunman entered the bar in the 5400 block of West Madison Street. It said just after 8 p.m. fired into the crowd, according to the Chicago police. Damn. It says Jeffrey Jackson, 32, was shot twice in the abdomen and died at Loyola University Medical Center in Maywood, and police in the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office said. It says another shooting victim of 65-year-old man was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital in good condition with a leg wound. But a few hours later, 2 teenage boys were shot, one fatally in the Bronzeville neighborhood. Just before the midnight, the teens 15 and 16s were on the sidewalk in the 3700 block of South Wabash Avenue when they were approached by 5 or 6 men who fired multiple shots at the pair, police said. It says the older teen was shot in the abdomen and taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center where he died, and the other boy was shot in the foot and taken to Commerce Children's Hospital in good condition. It says another teenage boy was fatally shot Saturday night in New City. It says Curtis Moore, 17, was in the 800 block of the West 51st Street about 11:20 p.m. when someone in the black sedan fired shots, striking him in the chest. Police and medical examiner's officer said. It says he was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center where he was pronounced dead. So yeah, this shit is getting out of hand, man, and it's gonna get worse. Okay. So this is the book of Isaiah 19, and I'm gonna start at verses 16. It says that in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it should be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he's shaking over it. Egypt is modern day Babylon, okay, modern day America. It's telling you of the destruction that's soon to come to this place, okay, from the whole that happened in 2020 to the economic and job losses and the less opportunities in these poverty-stricken neighborhoods. Niggas are gonna just wild out because they don't have anything else to do, okay? And we're living in a time that the Lord is putting a spirit of death over Babylon, okay? And that happens here in Kansas City too. A couple of years ago, down in the Plaza area, Saturday nights, the kids used to just run rampant, busting cars, beating up people, going to the movie theaters and putting hands on people and shooting at people. I mean, it happens in all these big cities, but Chicago is like under the Scopeo of the country because it's known for gang violence. It says, in the land of Judah should be a terror unto the Lord, and that's you Negroes, okay, you so-called black men, because when you saw the video, it wasn't nothing but little nigglets and niggettes down there committing wickedness, okay, being a terror unto their own people. They didn't go to they didn't go to Oakland or, Beverly Hills or, what's another one, up there in Montrose and so forth. They didn't go up there and start committing these acts of atrocity, but they went downtown where other Jakes are at, man. Because downtown was a point in time that shit, you ain't have to worry about nothing. You go downtown, catch a movie, get you some dinner, hit the lakefront, Millennial Park, nothing but Edomites down there. But now Jake is like, just taking over, and Esau was like, fuck this, we out. Okay? And you niggas, man, you just a whole other breed of wickedness. And this is why the Lord got to take out the 2/3. It says, and everyone that make a mention thereof should be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he doth determine against it, man. Okay? So, violence, touch it, violence. Touch it. Scriptures go with them, violence. Maybe in the Apocrypha. Oh, this is a good one. Isaiah 59. Let's start at Isaiah 59. And I'm going to start at verses 2. It says, but your iniquities have separated between you and your power, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he would not hear. This is why Jake is in a low state, man. It says, for your hands are defiled with blood, okay? And this is talking about you Negroes, man. Okay, you tribes, ultimately, as a collective, it says your hands are defiled with blood and your fingers with iniquity. Iniquity is sin on top of sin. It says your lips have spoken lies and your tongue have murdered perverseness. None calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. And they trust in vanity and they speak lies and they conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity, man. Okay, because like I said, the common Jake, he's not putting his faith and trust in Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, but instead he's focused on wickedness. Okay, how he could commit adultery, how he could be the next rapper. Okay, how he can be the next hood star, the next big time drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? Instead of working for what you need, you go out there and you want to take it. That's why it says they hatch a cockatrice eggs, and we know what a cockatrice is. Okay, we believe that's a poisonous serpent. It says, and then weave the spider's web, and he that eateth of their eggs dieth, and which is crushed breaking into a viper. But a web, it says, their web should not come as garments, neither should they cover themselves with their works. Their works are of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands, man. Okay, going back to this video. These niggas are out here wilding out, bro. Check this out.
A 16 and 17-year-old were shot as others jumped on cars, smashing windows. This woman and her husband were attacked in their cars. They waited for a light to change.
The guys are jumping in my car. My husband go to the hospital.
What did they do?
Because the guys I put in their face.
And on Friday night, a 14-year-old boy was shot near the 31st Street beach after fights broke out among a large crowd of teens. In a statement, incoming Mayor Brandon Johnson said, it is unacceptable and has no place in our city.
Niggas, man, you can't go nowhere and have a good time, bro. And it says here that feet run to evil. You saw them running through the city. You know, it says, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. And their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their paths, man. In the way of peace they know not. And there is no judgment in their goings. And they have made them crooked paths. And whosoever going therein should not know peace, man. Okay? That's right. Because, hey, the scriptures goes into basically a man, how he's committing acts of wickedness. How his feet be quick to shed blood. That's you niggas. You know? As soon as somebody look at you wrong, you ready to pull out the blicky, man. Instead of coming into reason among yourselves and handling things that should be handled, you know, according to judgment and the commandments, Jake decides to shoot you, man. You know what I'm saying? But they reluctant to take that anger on the so-called white man because they know what can happen to him. It says, therefore, judgment is far from us. Neither doth justice overtake us, but we wait for light, but behold obscurity. Behold for brightness, but we walk in darkness, man. Okay? We grope for the wall like the blind, and we grope as if we had no eyes, and we stumble at noonday as in the night, and we are desolate, and we are in desolate places as dead men. Okay? Because the Israelites, the Negro, Latino, and Native American in that state of mind is dead to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. This is why the Lord is focusing on the elect. Okay? 2nd Esdras 5, and I'm going to start at verses 7. It says, and the Sodomite sea should cast out fish and make a noise in the night which may not know, but they should all hear the voice thereof, man. And there should be confusion also in many places. And there is confusion, and fire should be all sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women shall bring forth monsters, man. Okay? You wicked ass Jake, you know, bring forth monsters. niggas acting out of control. Niggas going wild, man. Okay, so I'm gonna read the rest of this and shut it down. But it says, a few hours later, I read that already. Another teen was fatally shot. Read that. Yep, it says a man was fatally shot early Sunday near on the west side. The 21-year-old was found unresponsive with a gunshot wound to the abdomen at 2:50 a.m. of the 2500 block west of Adams Street, police said. It says, just after midnight Monday, a man was killed and a woman was wounded as they tried to escape attempting carjacking in Grand Boulevard. Damn. It says the man, 20 years old, and woman 20, the man 20 and the woman 22 were in a car of the 4900 block of South Calumet Avenue, and that's in the hood, man. Okay, that's where the old projects was at, man. The Robert Taylor's down in that area off State Street. Calumet is roughly a few blocks going east. But it says South Calumet Avenue when two gunmen approached them. Police said, it says they drove away and the gunman fired shots, striking the man multiple times and the woman once in the foot. It says, and the man was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center where he died. And that's like where the fatalities go, you know, University of Chicago Medical Center. It says a non-fatal attack. Two teenagers were shot Saturday night as hundreds of youths streamed through downtown streets, prompting a heavy police response that resulted in more than a dozen arrests. It says the boys 16 and 17. And yeah, when we were that young, we were demons and terrorists, but we wasn't that fucking bad. But social media, this is how a lot of this shit gets started. Somebody send a tweet, and then before you know it, it spreads and everybody links up and just do wickedness. That's how in the Forever Purge, that's how it spread it to the farthest parts of the country because of a tweet on Twitter. It says the boys 16 and 17 were among a large unruly crowd about 9 p.m. in a 100 block east of Washington Street, which is downtown Chicago, when shots were fired, police said. It says the boy was shot in the right arm and the other boy shot in the left leg. Both were taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital where they were listed in fair condition. It says a 14-year-old boy was wounded in a Friday night shooting after a large group of teens gathered at 31st Street Beach. It says the shooting occurred about 8:50 p.m. in the 3100 block of South Lakeshore Drive, according to police. It says the boy suffered a gunshot wound to his left thigh and was taken to Coleman Children's Hospital for fair condition. And at least 6 other people died and 20 were wounded in the weekend shootings, man. So this is a typical weekend in Chicago, but it's going to get worse, man. We tell you brothers out there, man, take heed. Stay away from large crowds, man. Hey, if you got to be in and out the area by a certain time, do so. And with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Shalom.